Most traders use MACD and RSI as separate signals and don't understand why this doesn't work consistently. In this video, I'll show one of my basic strategies where these indicators work together with technical analysis, not on their own. We will go through real trades, entry logic and situations where it's better not to trade at all using this strategy. I remind you that I have my own Telegram channel where I share different strategies, various tips that I use in my work. I give a lot of interesting information about trading, and there is also access to copying my signals. Be sure to subscribe right now. I am sure it will be very useful for you. When and for what I use this strategy, I will immediately define the framework. This is strategy excellent for trading 1 minute to 5 minutes. I will show it on the 1 minute time frame. This trading helps a lot when the market is moving and not standing still, when it is active and trending. You understand this. Also, when there is a clear price structure. This is not a strategy of quick random clicking. It is a working system for calm and, most importantly, stable trading. Now I will set up our indicators. So we set RSI, and then one by one I will talk about each other of them. And MACD as well. Each of them has its own task. RSI shows in what state the market is, whether it is overbought or not, and whether it is worth considering an entry at all. Using the example of this currency pair, it is shown quite clearly that the market is overheated. Crossing above 70 are already present. Above 70 there is a level. Therefore, the trend is upward. It is possible to open a sell trade, meaning a reversal is possible. MACD shows us the moment of the strength of the movement and the moment when the market is ready to continue the move. I don't trade these indicators separately, I wait for them to confirm each other. We cannot rely on just one indicator. For example, we saw that it is above 70 and we automatically open a sell trade. No, everything works as a complex. These two indicators work together plus technical analysis, and first we will deal with it. We will look at the 1 hour time frame. I always start with hour. You can start with higher time frames, then after that look at the 4 hour time frame, look at different charts, learn to work with them. It will be useful. So, there was a clear upward trend, it reached the previous levels, and right now a reversal is possible. I don't think there will be a strong drop, but approximately to these levels the market may return now. Here was the crossing of these two lines, also an interesting moment for entry. We determined the overall market direction. Now we look at the impulse. Here the candle impulse was forming downward. Now there is a small impulse upward, but in the context of 1 minute time frame, we look here, the trend is already moving toward the reversal. The lines have already narrowed, and you can open a sell trade. I wait a little more for a moment when it goes upward, and a normal entry moment. We chose slightly below the resistance level. There is a slight upward pulsation now, but the reversal is quite possible because it is above 70. The bands are already narrowing. I didn't strictly wait until they crossed each other, but their direction is clear to me. I look at the narrowing direction and I can already enter. Yes, there is some risk, but this is the market. The market is alive, and because it is alive, it can sometimes be unpredictable, but the main thing is that we follow our logic. If there are several unsuccessful entries in a row, we don't recover them using martingale. We set boundaries for ourselves. We can recover up to 2 unsuccessful trades in a row. Right now, if it does not go down, yes, now our order turned out to be unsuccessful, it's normal. We set 450 and observe. Here I open a sell trade. The line have narrowed even more, and as it seems it is still holding around the 70. The market is already overbought and may go down. Right now this candle is fighting, and I will mark the level while we observe the trade. It is important to mark all of this, don't forget. In combination, these indicators complement each other. That is exactly why I use them together. I don't add a third indicator. I almost always use a maximum of 2 indicators, and I want you to take this as a basic strategy as well. Now it is approaching the level and the reversal may occur. Again, it indicates to us it does not go below 70. I think we will close in profit. Now the candle is growing and we close. As you can see, it worked. According to Martingale, we recovered a bit. Super. So now I think I will enter one more trade, but I will wait a bit more for narrowing. It is holding around 70, the candle is pulsating, the top will rise a little more, and I will open a sell trade again. There, it broke the level, so you can enter. It will not hold steadily at this level, so I calmly entered a sell trade here, which was a good moment. Yeah. The narrowing of the indicators was already quite strong, and the line is holding steadily around 70. If the charts were completely floating, I would not rely on RSI at all. This is also important to understand. An indicator is our kind of hint, and you must definitely understand it. But we cannot rely on just one indicator. Everything works as a complex. RSI shows us deep overbought or oversold condition. MACD shows weakening of the impulse, divergence, or a reversal of the histogram. We focus on line crossing or at least on narrowing. Right now it is pulsating right on the edge, but I think there will be no sell-off. If it breaks through, it will go back, and we will close in profit. Now it's great, there was no stable growth, it was pulsating up and down, and we close in profit. Now let's move on to another currency pair. Here is a clear uptrend. If we look at the indicators, there is also overbought. You can open a small sell trade, but I will still wait a bit more for this line to level out and then open a sell trade. I repeat, the overbought condition is obvious. It has been holding around 70 for a long time. Narrowing is starting. You can open a sell trade. I will wait until this candle grows. It has already gone sharply down, so I enter because it is a good impulse. I also call the impulse. This is an important point. If you see a good impulse, it is also a sign that you can enter. We don't forget about technical analysis. We don't rely only on indicators. We look at candle behavior in indicators. These are multiply complementary things. Now there's a downward pulsation. I think a second candle will form. It is moving confidently. It's pulsing up and down, nothing scary. We entered at a very good moment. We entered when narrowing started and when the line fixed around 70. So I think there will be a downward breakout. Everything works only as a complex. You must understand this. You cannot rely only on one indicator, only on candles, or only on an indicator. I generally use indicators only in pairs, these two. I rarely use 3 indicators, usually 2, and I also advise you not to use more than 2. And we close in profit. As you can see, in a short period of time, we already have a very solid profit of $600. I think I will withdraw my profit. What do I want to say in conclusion? First, what you need to understand is that RSI and MACD are not entry points by themselves. Each of them has its own task. RSI shows the market condition, MACD shows us the moment. They are mutually complementary tools. When I don't trade this strategy, even a good strategy does not work all the time. I skip trades if the market is in a flat. That is, there is no clearly expressed trend. It is moving sideways. Then I don't enter using this strategy. When MACD is around 0, if the line were very low, I would not enter. And when RSI jumps chaotically, here we had a straight line slightly below 70, and when it broke 70, we entered. When narrowing started, we entered, and that's why we played into profit. If RSI is chaotic and MACD is near 0, in such moment it is better not do anything to trade without understanding. It is better to move another pair, analyze it, and choose a situation that is more likely to bring you profit. Let's summarize. RSI shows the market condition, MACD shows the entry moment. Together they give a very strong and clear combination. Everything is simple. I use this strategy regularly. As you can see, in a short time I brought very good profit, precisely due to its simplicity and logic. It delivers results. Now I will withdraw my money. I remind you that I have my own Telegram channel where you have access to copying my signals. A lot of information about trading, different strategies, tips. We talk about news, we talk about charts. Everything is very useful for both beginner and experienced trader. Subscribe, the link is pinned. So I enter the wallet and the amount. We earned 604 and I withdraw them. I click continue. All the money will be on my account in 20-30 minutes. I was glad to see you in today's video. I'm waiting for you in my future videos. We will analyze different strategies, talk a lot about trading, technical analysis, indicator, everything for you, so that you trade consistently in profit. Thank you for being with me. See you next time. Bye!